Hello and welcome to the Album Man, and today I'm going to be doing a CDs I bought recently for September 2012. So this month it was my birthday, so I got quite a lot of CDs, not so many vinyls this month. I mean, last month I got enough vinyls to last a lifetime, but you know, still got quite a few, so you know, back to good old, you know, CDs and vinyls. So we're going to start with vinyls because there's less of them. So, Don McLean's Tapestry. You know, really do love Don McLean. American Pie, one of my all-time favourite songs. And my third favourite song of Don McLean's is on this album, Castles in the Air. My second favourite's Vincent. But yeah, so pleased to pick this up on vinyl. I only own American Pies in the album. So yeah, it was nice to get another Don McLean album. And there seems to be a band that I've been buying quite a lot of recently. The last 3 months, in all 3 of my, last pickup videos, I've had a certain artist, an artist to do with this album cover up here. Yes, there's some more Mike Oldfield. So we're 5 Miles Out, one of his more commercial ventures. Good album, but has a lot more vocals on than, some of his known instrumental tracks. But, I mean, it does have Taurus 2, which takes up an entire side. So, it's hardly, commercial. And then we have, I think, Mike Oldfield's hidden gem, Hair Just Ridge. It's not quite as good as Tubular Bells, but I think certainly, especially side 1 of Hair Just Ridge, is absolutely phenomenal. Definitely, I would say, second best album. Really fantastic album. If you like Tubular Bells, you should check this out. It's, similar, 2 instrumentals, Hair Just Ridge Part 1 and Part 2, side 1, side 2. Really fantastic record. Really enjoyed listening to that. And then I managed to pick up some Rush, because I've never had quite enough Rush, to be honest. So I got A Farewell to Kings, which, one of the most famous albums, as Xanadu, one of my favourite Rush songs, the first Rush song I ever heard, interestingly. And, yeah, fantastic album. But the problem is on that one, is that it does have a really bad scratch on Close to the Heart, which means I can't play that song, really. It's not good at all. But Fly By Night, another classic Rush album, really good cover as well, but, a great album behind the cover as well. And this one of their most highly rated albums, certainly Moving Pictures, which has Tom Sawyer, Webb Barchetta, YYZ, really fantastic, fantastic album. One of my favourite Rush albums, definitely. Really enjoy this album. And a few more vinyls. We have Yes's Tormato. It's not one of Yes's best albums, it really isn't. But, it was like 50p, so why not? Yes are awesome. And to do with Yes, we have Rick Wakeman's Journey to the Centre of the Earth. Now, I have another Rick Wakeman solo album. I have Criminal Record, which apparently was a soundtrack to a porn film. Yeah. But this is his most famous solo album, I would say, Journey to the Centre of the Earth. Can't say I've listened to it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It sounds very interesting, and it has, I have to show you this, one of the dodgiest pictures of Rick Wakeman ever. I mean, that is just a bloody weird picture. Quite a cool picture, I suppose. And then the best vinyl I got, which I got for my birthday, which I'm very, very happy with, is this. I've been wanting this for a long time. Focus's Moving Waves. If you don't know who Focus are, they are a Dutch progressive rock band, mainly, fronted by Jan Akkerman. And they're actually still going. They're playing the Classic Rock Prog Festival, which is pretty cool. And yeah, this is the most famous album. It has the most famous track on, Hocus Pocus, which people do seem to know. Yeah, and it has Eruption, which fans folks seem to consider their best song. But yeah, really interesting album. I've been enjoying listening to it, and Hocus Pocus has a bit of yodeling on it, but don't be put off by that. It's not offensive. It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, so that's the vinyl section. So now to move on to the CDs, and there's a lot of these. So, let's start off with this Anthrax live album I got. Don't know any Anthrax, but I'm going to see Motorhead in November, and Anthrax are supporting them. So, I wanted to listen to some to see if it's worth turning out to see them. I haven't listened to this yet, but, it sounds interesting. And also, one of the interesting things about this, on Amazon, somebody's selling a new copy of this for £154. You can even look it up. It's called Anthrax, We've Come For You All. Look it up on amazon.co.uk. Someone's selling it new for £154. this is just from That's Entertainment for $2.50, you know. Nirvana's In Utero. I've managed to find my copy of Nevermind, which is good. I think it's here, because I'd lost it for ages, but found it again. And now I have In Utero, which has Heart Shaped Box and Rape Me, which apparently Rape Me is an anti-rape song. Not quite sure about that, but that's what Cobain said. Then we have Rush's Snakes and Arrows. Pretty sure Snakes and Arrows. Yep, Snakes and Arrows. This is the album before Clockwork Angels from 2007, I think. Yep. And, yeah, you know, I really, really like this album. It's a really fantastic Rush album. Not as good as Clockwork Angels, but really strong Rush album. One of my favourite albums of all time. You know, what to say about David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. I mean, you know, it's a 70s glam rock classic. You know, stuff like Starman, you know, Ziggy, Suffragette City, just a phenomenal album. Absolutely phenomenal. This is a good one. Lynyrd Skynyrd's pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. This is Lynyrd Skynyrd's debut album, and I mean, you know, if you look at the track listing of this, what a way for a debut album. The first 4 songs are I Ain't the One, Tuesday's Con, Give Me 3 Steps, and Simple Man, and then it ends with Freebird. This is why it's one of rock's classic albums. I mean, it's like a greatest hits of Skynyrd, just on this album. So yeah, that's pretty amazing, to be honest. And then another one of their most famous albums, Second Helping, and it's one of the most famous because of course it has Sweet Home Alabama on it, but also it's Working for the MCA, Call Me the Breeze, which is a fantastic song, Ballad of Curtis Lyon, you know, another classic Skynyrd album. Then Deep Purple's In Rock, the 30th anniversary edition, I think, and yeah, you know, really enjoyed listening to Machine Head, which I picked up a few months back. So In Rock, I haven't listened to it yet, but you know, looks good. Led Zeppelin's Led Zeppelin. I only have 2 Led Zeppelin albums, Led Zeppelin 2 and Led Zeppelin 4. And I mean, you know, this is just one of rock's classic debut albums, so, you know, needed to hear it, to be honest. This is an interesting one. One of the weirdest normal jewel case boxes, as you can see, is completely blue. And you can't guess what this is. This is UFOs, Strangers in the Night Live. And this is when Michael Schenker was still in the band, when he was about, what, 17 or something. You know, it is a classic live rock album. Yeah, really, really good, if you like UFO. If you don't, well, you won't. Now, this is one of my more interesting CDs, certainly. A band I'm sure most of you won't have heard of, Iron Savior. If you're wondering who the hell are Iron Savior, well, they are a German power metal band formed of about, I think, 3 of former Helloween members. I'm sure most people know Helloween. And yeah, absolutely fantastic. If you want to know who this band are, listen to the song Heavy Metal Never Dies. Just type it in on YouTube, Heavy Metal Never Dies. It's fantastic. If you like power metal at all, you love that song. And yeah, I've been really wanting this album. I looked all over Germany when I went there for it. Couldn't find it, but you know, good old Amazon. Then an album I've been wanting a long time to complete my Experience Edition collection, the Wish You Were Here Experience Edition, and now the Dark Side Moon one, the War one, and this one. So very, very happy with this. And the bonus disc for this is just some unreleased tracks, not quite as good as the live version of Dark Side or the War's demos. It's, you know, the interesting thing about it has the Wish You Were Here with Stephanie Grappelli. It's interesting, but not really quite as good as the original, to be honest. Oh no, this is one of my favourite CDs I got, definitely. The massive deluxe 40th anniversary edition of Caravans into the Land of the Pink and Grey. And this is a classic prog album, you know, the kings of the Canterbury scene, even though Camel are my favourite Canterbury scene band, but Caravan is still a fantastic band, there's no denying that. This is their classic album, even though it actually failed to chart in the UK. Still their biggest selling album, and, you know, it really is a prog classic. And this edition's interesting. It has 3 discs. The first disc, just the album, has quite a few bonus tracks. The second disc, absolute ton, about 11 bonus tracks, including some previously unreleased stuff. And disc 3 has a 5.1 surround mix. It was interesting. I decided to listen to this on a 5.1 surround system, having never listened to 5.1 before. And, because, like, I never thought it'd be that good, but really surprised, really interesting 5.1, not quite as good as, good old stereo on a, really good quality hi-fi, but it was interesting 5.1, I did enjoy it, suited the title track of this album, definitely. Now let's move on to the new albums, the albums that have come out recently, that I'm going to be reviewing. So obviously I'm going to be reviewing this. Lynyrd Skynyrd's Last of a Dying Breed. Their last album, God and Guns, is just outside my top 10 albums of all time. I adore it. Sounds blasphemous to Skynyrd, but it's my favourite Skynyrd album. This, we'll soon find out. I'm not going to say much about these next few albums because I'll be doing very in-depth reviews. Another Southern album I've been anticipating massively this year. ZZ Top's La Futura. Yeah, it's ZZ Top, for God's sake. Their first album in, 9 years? Yeah, I've been looking forward to this a lot. The Killers' Battleborn, one of my favourite sort of indie poppier bands. Really love Day and Age, fantastic album. Loved the Killers since their first album, Hot Fuss, to be honest. Followed them a long time. Yeah, really pleased to pick up Battleborn. And then my favourite of the new albums I picked up has to be Magnum's On the 13th Day even. Keep calling it 13th night, 13th day. I'm a giant Magnum fan, they're one of my favourite bands. This will be my next review, I'm going to prioritise it, make it my next review. So hopefully in the next couple of days I'll be doing a full review of Magnum on the 13th day. And this is the deluxe edition with bonus disc, and the good thing about the bonus disc is it contains a live version of Moon King, one of my favourite Magnum songs. So yeah, that's really cool to have a live version of Moon King. Yeah, and I hope to see Magnum on this tour, I hope. But yeah, I've been listening to this today, and I'll say my thoughts on it soon. Now, the last thing I have is quite interesting. It is, well, I'll show you them first. So, we have, if you remember, I reviewed quite a while back, I reviewed the band The Reticent, which is Chris Hathcock, his project. Basically he writes all the songs, plays everything on them, it's, him. And I got all 3 of their albums, an American band, quite hard to get hold of, you can't get hold of them on Amazon or anything, you have to go through the official site. So I got the first one, the second one, and, well, there's some things to say about the third one, so I'll just show the back for the moment. Yes, basically, for the third one, the newest one which I reviewed, one of my albums of the year so far, as you can see, I managed to get it signed. And not only signed by Chris Hathcock, it's dedicated, it says, "David, thank you so much for your support, Chris Hathcock," because he actually knows who I am. He saw my review of his album, and even posted it on his Facebook page, you can see on his Facebook page. And, yeah, he thanked me for it, I'm really happy with it. And he was happy to, my dad was messaging the shop, and the people, just the person running the shop even knew who I was. So yeah, the online store. So yeah, that was pretty awesome, and he personally signed it for me. So really cool to have all 3 of their albums, especially the signed one. Also, I'm sure you can't see, but I've got a t-shirt of The Reticent as well. Do love them, fantastic. Certainly a lot better than Storm Corrosion's album. Yeah, get a bit of hate for that one, but it's true, to be honest. So yeah, that's it for my CD support recently for September of CDs and vinyls. I keep calling it just CDs when I get so many vinyls as well. CDs and vinyls I bought recently, and I also got a really lovely new record player, a Jewel, which is a German-made record player, absolutely fantastic. About 20 years ago, I think it was voted in a poll as the best budget, well, under £300 record player, and bloody how it sounds amazing, yeah, connected to my awesome hi-fi. So yeah, this has been the Album Man, thanks for watching, comment, rate, subscribe, as usual, long live rock and roll.